You're listening to the House of Chapters podcast. Welcome to the House of Chapters podcast, Liz.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. So I'm happy to have you. We worked on this blog post on Saturday, or actually the last couple of weeks. It finally came out. It was really great working with you, and now being able to chat with you is even better.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's so weird on Substack, isn't it, where you can talk to somebody loads and never actually talk to them. So it's nice to actually properly hear each other's voices.
That's right, yeah. I think, when did we connect first? I think it was just in January, shortly after you posted about, 1 year of serializing on Substack. Is that possible?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I did that post just as I finished my serial. Yeah, and then you reached out then. Yeah.
Okay, so let's actually dive in right there. So what I've been doing on these episodes is to have my guest talk about the plot of their story in 1 minute. So
Okay,
I'm gonna actually time
I'm ready.
it. One eye.
I'm ready
is
with my
time.
stopwatch.
That's right. Okay, so tell us.
So my story, Marsh Witches of the Godless Florin, is about a young woman rather. She's 19, and she inherits a magic book that makes words real, makes words come to life. Which all sounds wonderful and fairy tale, apart from the fact that she has a serious drink problem. She has a narcissistic mother who is hell-bent on getting into the book before she does. And it's all set in Norfolk, in East Anglia, on the marshes. So the whole setting is very much... It's really almost a character in its own right. And you've got Cassiopeia, who's the main character, and then her mother, Jocasta. And it's really it's mostly about the mother-daughter relationship and how they battle this out between the two of them to unlock the book first. So, yeah, it's a magical, modern Gothic, but pretty gritty as well.
It was featured a couple of weeks ago in one of the story highlights posts at the House of Chapters.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know you were done writing it already. So that's really exciting. Are you editing it right now?
So at the moment it's out on Query, which is a really, really kind of sticky time, isn't it? I don't know if you've ever queried before, but it's like wading through treacle. So they call it the query trenches, and it really is like being in the trenches, just waiting. It's really waiting for people to come back to you is a long old process. So that's where I'm at with it at the moment. So it's finished, and I have had a full manuscript request, which I'm waiting on feedback on that. Again, more waiting. Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm just getting on with other work and trying not to check my emails every 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's got to be really stressful, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the first time that you've queried? Oh.
No, I queried a non-fiction book about 5 years ago. So, nearly 6 actually, because it was 2020, I think. And that was about giving up alcohol. And that did get picked up. And it went all the way to acquisition, and then didn't get published.
Oh,
so
really disappointing.
It didn't get bought. It was really disappointing. But it taught me a lot, like these things do. You've got to always look for the lesson. Mm-hmm. So it's not the first time I've queried, but first time I've queried a fiction. But with the novel, it feels like your child.
Yeah.
feels like you're taking your child to market and saying, "Do you think my child is attractive?" People then go, "No, no, get that child away from me."
Oh gosh, yeah.
That's how it feels. So
yeah. So for the first book, the nonfiction book, did you think about self-publishing it, or did you end up self-publishing it?
I didn't think about it either. I think because at that time I was also very much doing my other career, songwriting and making records. Because I was doing that, I think my husband was like, "Okay, great. Now you've kind of got that out of your system. Could you come back to work, please?" Because we work together.
Yeah.
I was quite happy to go, right, that was an experience and that was great, and I'm going to move back to work. This time there's no option to go back to work. I've I've retired from that, you know. I might self-publish this book if it doesn't get picked up. I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
So,
Either way, it was serialized from the beginning on Substack. You wrote the whole thing, and then there was a distinction we made in our blog post on Saturday too, deciding what you're doing. So I'm actually writing chapter for chapter on Tuesdays. You had written the whole thing out and then serialized it. In December, you then posted every day for a week, I think you said.
Yes, yeah.
Chapters from the book, but they were already written in that sense.
Yeah, so what I did was I had written the novel and then I rewrote it for Substack. So I'd written it in third person, and then the Substack version of it was the first person.
Oh, yeah.
And that really changed so much of the overall arc of the story. So that by the time I got to the last probably 8 chapters, I was in completely new territory. So I really was writing that for the first time.
Wow.
And I wanted to get it out before Christmas, and I only had about 2 weeks before Christmas. And I thought, I'm so close, but I'm just not going to get this done unless I post a chapter every day for the next week. And I just thought, yeah, that sounds like a really stress-free thing to do. Why not? So, yeah. So that's what I did. So, and it was good.
Yeah,
it worked out.
I think you wrote about it that it was a really good experience, actually. And a lot of people were actually enjoying reading every day. Was it people who had followed along since the beginning, or?
Yeah, I think I picked up quite a few more people as well in that week. But yes, mostly it was people that had been with me from the start.
Wow.
And they read it all during that week. So it was a really nice ending. And it was really nice as well to have people who had been so supportive from the beginning get to that last chapter and share it and sort of say, we're all doing this together. We're all kind of writers, obviously. We're all trying to support each other. And so to all be high-fiving at the end of your project, it's a really nice feeling. And it's lovely to be able to do that for each other.
It's the dream, the serialized fiction on Substack dream. Really cool. I love that. Wow. Yeah. You really enjoyed writing it. You and the story, and you're really happy with it. And so, I guess it's always the question if it closes any doors to self-publish. But does it really? I mean, couldn't it get picked up later on, and then you just...
I mean, that happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. Talking to Ian Patterson a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2, and the book he self-published that I'm actually reading right now, Transference. It was interesting to hear that it was one of the only ones self-published participating in the Colorado Book Awards, and he ended up winning. So that's
Incredible.
Definitely a shift in how the industry also operates.
I agree,
I guess.
yeah. And I think because I set out to write something that would have commercial appeal, I want to see if it's not going to have commercial appeal, or if it doesn't currently have that appeal, why? And what is it that I need to change, and how can I improve it? And how can I learn to be a better writer in order to hit that mark, which I'm trying to hit? So
when you say commercial, you mean?
I mean, commercial, I mean appealing to a wide audience.
Yeah.
I don't mean necessarily successful. I'm not talking about
reaching as many people as possible. Yeah,
and also appealing to people trying to hit a market. I mean, it sounds gross, and I know that we're not supposed to talk like that, but I do think like that because it's just, I don't know, I've always thought like that. I've always thought, how do you appeal to lots of people and still retain your integrity and maintain the art and the message that you wanted to get across? That's the holy grail to me. Yeah,
there's so many things when you're writing a serial or just writing a book in that sense, where you need to strike a really, really good balance, right? That's one of the things. I mean, as we wrote the lessons for our blog post, well, one of the things was treat it like a job, but take sick days,
Yeah, exactly.
Or like you're a human being too. But so there were several moments where I thought, but wait a minute. For example, write for that one reader, but but you're writing for yourself. What if that one reader doesn't like what you're doing? Are you going to just adapt? So you want to write a story, you have an idea that starts everything, I guess. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves, okay, no, I'm just going to write it because that's what I feel like should be in this part of the book. So that's what I was with the balance.
Yeah, totally. And don't you think those two things can go together? You can write what you really feel belongs at this point in the story. Mm-hmm. That's always got to be, I think, the number one priority. It's got to be, what does the character want to do? Where does this story naturally want to go? Mm-hmm. And then you will either naturally write something that people will like, and a lot of people will like, or you won't. And my brain always works towards commerciality. So I guess it's not about forcing it down a lane of like, it has to hit these marks because that's what's selling right now. Like, I would never think like that. Yeah. I think it's just, I'm talking about having a natural drive towards, or rather a natural inspired writing towards a larger group of people. That's just always kind of how I think.
Yeah, I really like that thought. If you write honestly, in nowadays we say raw, in a raw manner, it does appeal to people often. Even if you're worried, oh, is this too much? It's actually what appeals to most people, because even if they haven't had exactly that experience, they recognize it as something real. Yes. It's something we can see also on Substack, not necessarily always in fiction, but in other kind of poetry and non-fiction, just sharing about anything. And some posts that get a lot of attention are really, you can tell it's written just from the heart, right?
Yeah.
Exactly the way the person is feeling, and that makes a huge difference.
It's honesty, isn't it? It's conveying your honesty and being true to what it is that you're wanting to say, without thinking, oh, what's going to work really well here, or what notes are doing well, how to grow your Substack and all that bullshit. Uh-huh. It's about saying, what do I have to say? Yeah. And then hopefully saying it in a way that connects with people. So I think that however you do that, I think that is what ultimately, as you say, people want to be connected, and they want to see something that's real, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess we all go a bit through, or at least I know I do, go through these phases where we're like, actually what I'm writing is crap, nobody's gonna like that, or what I've written so far is there really anything special? Will I do anything more with that? And then the next day I'm like, this is cool. I'm gonna finish the story, I'm gonna edit it, polish it, make it the best possible version, and then release it, and I hope as many people as possible like it too, the way I liked writing it.
And you, because you like it, because you think it's good, and that's basically the most, that's the beginning and the end of the question, isn't it? Do you think it's good? Mm-hmm. And if you think it's good, then that is every reason to share it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a bestseller. And I also like the thought that you have to go through your first, your debut novella to get to your second one, which doesn't take away from the first one at all. It's just, and not even a stepping stone in the sense that it's not important. It's just as important. If you think of a lot of really successful and famous authors, and you love a book and it's huge everywhere, and you realize it's like the fifth or sixth book, and then everybody goes back and reads everything else. That's something I daydream about. And then people will go back to my first one. Go back to your Substack.
Or Substack, or the debut novella, the short one I self-published. But I mean, it's really important to enjoy what we're doing. And
it's the most important thing, isn't it? It's the most important thing,
As you get started, I think you discover a lot of different things, which is not just the writing. It starts with, putting yourself out there. well, under a pseudonym in most cases. We chatted about that.
Yeah.
You're not, not in your case, but so putting yourself out there a bit hidden. But the cover work, the promotion, how do I get people to actually read a chapter or two?
That's it. It's hard work, isn't it?
Yeah, and then just editing. How much do you edit? How much do you leave? And you're just your own boss, which is not always the best thing.
That can be mixed, can't it? Sounds good. So did you self-publish a novella, did you say? Or are you talking about the novella that you've serialized?
Oh, I'm talking about the one I'm gonna finish in the next month, hopefully.
Yes,
the last 3 chapters. And it just started out as a short story in my mind in September, and then I realized, there's no way I can keep it short with every idea that I'm getting, and it's actually fairly short chapters at the moment.
Really short. I've been reading it. I think it's great, and your chapters are so short, and as we said in our blog, that is such a good way to be on Substack, because people do like short chapters, and I find that, I mean, my chapters are way longer than yours, but I feel I'm racing through yours so quickly, and it's very readable. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna have to strike a balance when reworking it, editing, polishing it. How much I want to add to that, I don't know yet. If I'm gonna add a lot of stuff in the finished version or not, because currently it's gonna sit at less than 25,000 or so words, so that's really short. It's been already like maybe 20 chapters or so, where I told myself I'm gonna finish writing it the way I started, and then I can always do with it whatever I want. So I got into this rhythm of writing on Tuesday mornings, and by the time I'm really up, drank coffee and everything, checked some notifications, I always have maybe an hour or so to write the chapter before I gotta make lunch for my kids.
Yeah.
And so
also, you're fitting it round everything, which is so hard.
Yeah, I mean, I would have more time to write it. But I just really wait until the pressure is there to write it, and the rest of the week I don't do anything with it. So when I got started, there were times where I posted 3 chapters a week because I was just focusing on that.
Yeah.
And then a lot of things, I started writing some blog posts, and then the whole House of Chapters thing started with the podcast and everything. And so I'm actually happy, because when I sit down, I don't feel the pressure of the blank page. I'm like happy that I'm writing the next chapter in that sense. But it is limiting. It is limiting in that sense, because it's not going to be longer than what I'm able to write in an hour.
I find it really interesting to hear you saying how little time you have between writing and posting. So you saying that you write on a Tuesday and you post on a Tuesday, the same chapter?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's great. I mean, that's a nice feedback as well, because you write, you share, and then people come back to you, and it feels like there's a positive loop there.
Yeah, it was great having you on the show. Again, thank you also for the blog post collab we did. And a second part of this is going to come out on your publication in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, because we just haven't been able to stop talking.
That's right. So if you're listening to this, it might sound like it's the end of 20 minutes, but it's actually the end of 72 minutes of chat. Anyway, thank you again, and we'll keep in touch. Take care.
Thanks, Ian.
Bye.